Welcome. I'm the Deadwood Jedi. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about, well, two different things, I guess. First things first, I want to let you guys know we have a double sacred event coming this weekend. I mean, not a huge surprise. They're every other week that we have a double event, and it's sacred time this weekend. So I'm going to be pulling shards Friday on stream. So if you want to come by, please do. I do have a link to my Twitch down below, so you can always find me there. We're going to be pulling shards. I always pull my shards for the 2x event. Always pull them on Friday at noon Pacific time. Sometimes it actually happens a little bit later than that, but we try to get started right around noon on Friday before the event, and so that's always a good thing. It's a lot of fun. You should definitely stop by, come hang out. And if you want me to pull your shards, you can sign up in my Discord. I have a whole channel set up for that. Another thing to mention is we have that 2x stun event still happening right now for Fire Night, so it's going on concurrent with the event at the moment, which is pretty cool. You can see that little indicator down in that corner there. You can see we have the dungeon keeps right here, and you can see that little indicator right there on the Fire Night Castle. Pretty dope, I think. I did some runs. I did about 100 runs. I got about twice as many stun sets as I did any other particular set. Still not a ton. There's like, 12 of these options here for us, 9 different sets we can get. But it was definitely more than I'd had before. So if you're looking for stun gear, and like I said, if you're anywhere that's not the end game, this is probably a good set to get. It can be really beneficial getting through content. So definitely something worth getting out of that, I would say. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about today is the dungeon keeps, the new keeps that Plarium just announced yesterday that they're going to be coming out with. There's a lot of people kind of freaking out about this, and I kind of want to just come out and just like calm it down a little bit. The big thing that everybody's worried about, obviously, is they said that the new bosses are going to have some new passives, specifically one that reduces max HP damage to only 10%, and another one that reduces the effect of turn meter reduction. So these are obviously big things that we use for all the dungeons currently to give ourselves the fastest runs possible and the best success possible. So this is a big issue. It's definitely something that's going to affect a lot of people. But there's a huge misconception out there that all the bosses are getting nerfed. That's not the case, guys. They're only affecting the bosses that are coming, only the new ones. The stage 20s that we're used to doing right now are not changing. Nothing that is existing in the game is actually changing. We're just getting new stuff. That's it. So I actually look at it as a positive. Now, I always enjoy the challenge of trying to beat something and trying to do better at it. So these new dungeons with these restrictions is going to give us a nice little challenge. And challenge is good. That's fun for me in this game, and it's probably fun for you because this is a very PvE focused game. We're talking about Doom Tower, Faction Wars, campaign, dungeons. None of that is competitive against individual players. So because of that, this is just more challenge for us to go through. And I think that's exciting. It's going to be exciting to use champions we don't usually use or haven't used before against these new dungeons. And I actually did a game on video. I did 3 game on videos talking about champions that might prove really good against these bosses based off the affinity. So there's links for that down below. I'll link them to this video. I had them in my last video too, but that way you guys can check those out and start thinking about how are we going to approach this new stuff differently, because that's really what it's about, and that's where a lot of the fun in the game is. It's obvious we would all love to have 10-second runs for every single dungeon if we could. I mean, farming is dull at, say, the best, right? But that may just not be the reality of this. And we're going to have to see, are the rewards going to be worth the extra time trying to defeat these dungeons, or are we just going to be better off still farming level 20, which we might be. If you think about campaign, Nightmare campaign's there. I've beaten it. I don't farm it though because it's not as efficient as farming the brutal campaign. It might be the same thing with the dungeons. We might just beat the level 25 dungeons to complete the new missions, and then we still go back and farm the level 20 dungeons. So we'll see. I'm actually kind of interested to see what the new drop rates are, if it's only going to be 6-star gear at that top level, or if they're going to mix it up. There's a lot of possibilities for how they go, but until we know what it is, I think it's a little premature to get too freaked out about it. And especially considering that all the stuff that we can already do, we can still do. And I think it's still going to be valuable. I think there's definitely going to be times where having a 10-second level 20 run is still good because that 5-star gear, that 6-star gear is still end game gear. I don't think that's going to change. Now, for the top echelon competitive players, we're talking, all the guys that finish in Platinum Arena on a regular basis, yeah, you might want to be getting only 6-star gear. I get that. If you're a big spender, you're a content creator, you're going to want to get the 6-star gear because that's going to give you the best gear to get the best results and showcase stuff to the max. When I'm trying to push a new clan boss team, yeah, I'm going to put my 6-star gear on. And if I can farm and only get 6-star gear for it, obviously that's going to be better for me. But it doesn't mean that, the level 20 stuff is useless, right? So, I think that's just something we should all be keeping in mind. A lot of us use auto clickers. A lot of us just do the auto battles. I mean, what's the difference in that time when you're asleep doing it anyway? When your phone, your computer's doing that, you're doing something else. It doesn't really matter how long it takes. I'm not a fan of this. It's not the greatest thing. I wish we could just run through this stuff, but we still don't know what it is. I mean, I think Stu made a great point of saying, and I think it was a little tongue-in-cheek, but maybe they're gonna lower the HP of these new bosses, or the defense, or the speed of them, or make the waves a lot easier, so that we can't use those big nuke abilities. So the boss itself is going to be a little bit more difficult, but maybe getting to it will be a little bit easier. Kind of like they do with the Doom Tower. That's a very real possibility. I don't know until I really get to test it. We won't be able to find out. But I can tell you this: I'll be giving my feedback to Plarium. Hopefully they will make whatever appropriate adjustments need to be made. And maybe that this is something that they'll end up reversing course on. Though if history tells us anything, that's probably not going to be the case. Anyway, I just figured that this is kind of, information. Everybody's kind of freaked out. I had a lot of questions on stream today. People going, oh my God, why are they nerfing this? Why are they nerfing this? I was like, it's not a nerf, guys. It's not a nerf. It's not a nerf. It's new content. Content. But it's new stuff, right? And it's just going to be new. It's added on. It's not taking away something else. It's actually something I had to go back and rethink the clan versus clan and realize, you know what? This is primarily just free stuff. Yeah, we're going to have to adjust to it. No, I don't like a lot of it. But even just doing what I do normally, it's still just free stuff, right? So, if I'm trying to keep up with the Joneses, that's a whole different kind of thing. And let's be real. Free-to-play players, you can't keep up with the Joneses. I'm a content creator. I spend money on this game. I can't keep up with the Joneses. So, that's just the nature of these kind of games. And you kind of have to come to terms with that, I think. Yeah, maybe this won't be great for everybody, but it's going to benefit some portion of the community, and the rest of the community gets a little bit something new to look for and strive for and try to get. So that's all, I think, going to be pretty... I think, overall, I think this is good. It may be not the best implementation, but it hasn't been implemented yet either. So it's a little early to judge it too. So hopefully this allayed some of your concerns, fears, cleared up any misunderstandings you have about this new content. I'm pretty convinced Plarium is going to be giving us some more information or a follow-up on this, because I know there's been a lot in the community that are freaking out about this. Let me know what you guys think. Knowing what I'm talking about, that this isn't affecting anything that we've already done. What do you guys think of the new dungeons? Are you excited to try it out and check it out? I'm actually curious what you guys think about it. Whether you think it's going to be worth it or not. How much time would you be willing to spend farming a dungeon? I guess that's maybe a pretty good question to ask. And see what kind of champions you think are going to be really good in these new dungeons based off of the new affinities. I'm also kind of curious about that too. So I look forward to hearing from you guys. That's all we got today. I do have some clan boss stuff coming up shortly. So pay attention for that. I'm gonna have some videos on masteries, on stun targeting. It's a little bit more complex, so it's taking me a while to put it together. So that's about it. Hopefully this is helpful for you. And until next we meet, I'm the Deadwood Jedi.